Dear students, today this is a video class for you. It is the first video class. In this video class, I am going to deal with the most important topic and which is very important as far as the plants are concerned, and that is called as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means what? So first, before entering into the topic, we have to understand what is the meaning of photosynthesis, or in other words, what is the definition of photosynthesis. So the entire meaning of this process is lying in the terminology itself, that is photosynthesis. Photo means it is called as light. So the synthesis of food materials in presence of light is called as, it is the brief definition, synthesis of food materials in presence of light is called as photosynthesis. But in detail, the definition of photosynthesis can be given is the synthesis of organic materials like sucrose or glucose by green plants in the presence of light by using the chlorophyll, that is called as photosynthesis, during which the oxygen is released as a byproduct. That is called as photosynthesis. So because of this photosynthetic activity, please remember, photosynthesis can be shown by only green plants. So animals cannot show. Even in the plants, non-green plants, just like fungi, they cannot show photosynthesis because they don't have the photosynthetic pigment, what is known as chloroplast. So that is why all green plants in nature, they are called as the autotrophs. They are called as autotrophs, and because of that, we are calling here, that is 3 F's. 3 F's are from plants, which are very important for the living organisms, and they are called as the 3 F's. What are those 3 F's? First one is food, second one is fiber, and third one is fuel. So these 3 things are very important for the purpose of the living of the plant animals. So because of these 3 F's, why the plants are giving these 3 F's? Because they are self-sufficient, they are autotrophs. They don't depend upon any other organism for their nutrition. So they synthesize and they utilize. So ultimately we can call photosynthesis as a very critical and very balanced biochemical reaction which is taking place in the plant. So this is photosynthesis. Then coming to raw materials for photosynthesis. What are the raw materials? The raw materials for photosynthesis are only 2 things in nature, that is water and the carbon dioxide. Water and carbon dioxide are the only 2 raw materials which are used during the photosynthetic activity, which are taken from the nature. And coming to the products, so by using the 2 raw materials, what are the products produced in the plant? So the products produced in the plant is the most important, that is the carbohydrate. It may be glucose or sucrose. Carbohydrates are the substances which are prepared at the end of photosynthesis, but during which the most important thing is available, so that is called as oxygen. Nowadays we are understanding what is the importance of oxygen, and that oxygen is simply provided by plants during the photosynthesis. So that is called as, but here we call the oxygen is released as a byproduct. So actually the main product is carbohydrate, and the second thing is the oxygen, which is released as a byproduct. Okay. For any biochemical reaction or whatever chemical reaction is taking place, energy is very important. So for this chemical reaction, biochemical reaction, photochemical reaction or photosynthesis, which energy is available? What type of energy is utilized for photosynthesis? So this we have to observe here. So the energy available for photosynthesis is nothing but radiant energy. which is very important. Radiant energy. What is radiant energy? It is the light energy emitted by sun. Sun is the source of energy. Sun is releasing huge amount of light, and that is available, and sun is always producing the light in the form of electromagnetic radiations, and because of the electromagnetic radiations he is emitting so many types of rays. First one is cosmic rays, then gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, infrared rays, and radio waves. All these things are available. Totally about 6 types of rays are available. Cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, infrared, and radio waves. But all these rays are not visible by our eyes. So they are not visible. And all these rays, whatever I am telling you now, so these rays are not useful for photosynthesis. But in between UV rays and infrared rays, a sort of light is available that is called as visible spectrum. Visible spectrum. Visible spectrum is available. This is available in between UV rays and infrared rays. So that is called as the visible spectrum. And visible spectrum, as usual, you know, it is made up of 7 colors. 7 colors means that is Vibgyor: violet, indigo, green, yellow, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. First light is violet, and the last light available in the visible spectrum is red light. So this visible spectrum is only visible. So we can see the light only in the visible spectrum, not any other 7 rays emitted by sun. But the plants can absorb light only in this visible spectrum. So this is called as light ray. And this light, which is available in the form of Vibgyor, visible spectrum. So the wavelength of light ray or visible spectrum varies from 430 to 700 nm. So 430 to 700 nm, nanometer, 700 nanometer. So the wavelength starts from 430 and it ends with 700. So this is the wavelength, lambda, what we can call. So this is called as the visible spectrum. Okay, now how this light, so okay, light is available and this light falls on the plant body, and what happens afterwards? So when the light falls upon the plant body, the leaves are green in color. Why the leaves are green in color? Because they have the green pigment called as chloroplast, and these chloroplasts, they are having the capacity of absorption of light. Okay, now in the plant or in the leaves, what type of pigments are available? What types of pigments are available? So the pigments are of many types. So chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophylls, pyrenoids, carotenes, phycobilins, so on and so forth. So many pigments are available. So, but depending upon their absorption capacity, we are calling them as 2 types of pigments. First one is called as primary pigment. Primary pigment. So what is primary pigment? Primary pigment is the main pigment available in the plant body, and usually that is called as chlorophyll A. You have to remember this. Chlorophyll A alone, only one, is called as pigment system or the primary pigment. Primary pigment is called as the chlorophyll A, and this chlorophyll A absorbs only 2 types of colors in the Vibgyor. In the visible spectrum, it absorbs only 2 light. That is, the first one is called as blue light, that is 440 nm light, 440, and red light that is 700 nm. Try to understand. Pigments are the colored bodies present in the plant body. They are present inside the cells of the leaves, and inside the cell there are some box-like structures called as chloroplast. Within the chloroplast, the chlorophylls are available. But the chlorophylls are nothing but the pigments or the colored bodies. But in these colored bodies, depending upon their colors, we are having the classification of pigments. First pigment is called as chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll A is the most important this one, and chemically it is written as C55 H72 O5N4Mg. So this is called as chlorophyll A. So that is C55 H72 O5N4Mg. So this is the chlorophyll A, and chlorophyll A is called as primary pigment. Then coming to another pigment which is available here, second pigment, accessory pigment. Accessory pigment, or is also called as secondary pigments. So how to remember? So I have told you, primary pigment is nothing but chlorophyll A. Only one pigment is called as primary pigment. Apart from chlorophyll A, the rest of the pigments are called as accessory pigments. Try to understand now. So many types of pigments are available in the leaves. Among them, chlorophyll A is called as primary pigment. Except chlorophyll A, remaining all pigments are grouped under second category, what is known as secondary pigment. So in this secondary pigment, what are present? That is chlorophyll B, that is called as secondary pigment, and the formula for this is C55 H70 O4 N4Mg. Please remember, I have written here one below the other. The formula for chlorophyll A is C55 H72 O5 N4Mg. But here C55 H70 O4 N4Mg. So that is called as chlorophyll B. Along with chlorophyll B, we are also finding so many other pigments, what are known as phycobilins, carotenoids, xanthophylls. So many other pigments are available. All these pigments are called as the secondary pigments or accessory pigments. Okay. What is the duty of chlorophyll A? I have told you, chlorophyll A absorbs blue color, that is 440 nanometer wavelength, and another wavelength, that is 700 nm, that is red light. Out of 7 colors available in the Vibgyor, only 2 colors are absorbed by the chlorophyll A, and remaining 5 colors are absorbed by the accessory pigments. Try to understand this. So remaining 5 colors are absorbed by chlorophyll B and other associate pigments in the accessory pigments. Okay. Now another important thing comes here. This we have studied different types of pigments here, and how these pigments are available in the plant, whether it is primary pigment or accessory pigment, whatever it is, how these pigments are present in the plant. So I have told you already, these pigments are present in the photosynthetic apparatus, that is called as chloroplast, and in the chloroplast we find the thylakoids and the frets, that is the grana, and in the grana membrane the pigments are available, and these pigments are not present individually, they are always present in groups. And these pigment systems are nothing but it is the association of pigments which can bring about the photosynthetic activity. Say for example, this is the pigment system, and this pigment system has got the chlorophyll A, and it may be P700 or it is P680. That is 2 types of pigments are available here. Chlorophyll A is available in 2 forms. One is P700 and another one is P680. So that is called as pigment system 1. This one, pigment system. So pigment system or photosystem is one which is the association of many pigments, and in that many pigments, one pigment is chlorophyll A, and attached to that there are so many pigments. Okay, what is the duty of photosystems or pigment systems? So here, photosystems or pigment systems, this is the light, you can just observe here, this is the light. When the light is falling on these pigment systems in the chloroplast, the membranes of the thylakoids, they contain the pigment systems or for photosystems, and these are all called as the secondary pigments, and this is called as primary pigment. So primary pigment absorbs the light, no doubt, but along with the absorption of light, so only the light absorbed by chlorophyll A is not sufficient to start the photosynthesis. So it needs what you call the extra energy. So extra energy is nothing but which is absorbed by this pigment. So for example, the light is absorbed by this pigment. This pigment absorbs the light. What it does, it handovers or transfers the energy to the next molecules. Next molecule it is transferring. So like this, from pigment to pigment the light is transferred, and ultimately the light is available to the main pigment, that is chlorophyll A. So try to understand here. This is the main pigment that is called as chlorophyll A, and associated with that there are chlorophyll B, phycobinoids, carotenoids, carotene, so many others are there. And these pigments simply they absorb light and transfer this to the trapping center or the reaction center. And this type of transfer of light energy from pigment to pigment is called as inductive resonance. It may be asked in the examination for 2 marks. What is inductive resonance? Inductive resonance is the one where the light is absorbed by the pigments, and the absorbed light is transferred from the secondary pigment, pigment to pigment, the light is transferred, and ultimately the light reaches the trapping center or the reaction center, and this is called as what is called as inductive resonance. Okay, so we have seen the pigment systems here or photosystems, but in case of plants there are 2 types of pigment systems. So that is one is called as pigment system 1 and pigment system 2. Simply we call it as PS2 and PS1. PS1 and PS2. Of course, PS2 and PS1 there is no absolutely difference. Only one difference is there. I will just discuss now. So this is called as pigment system or photosystem. Photosystem and pigment system are classified into 2 types. So that is pigment system 1 and pigment system 2. So this, if I write pigment system 1, so this is pigment system 1 if I write here. So this is the thing what is having 2 important thing. This is called as trapping center or trapping center, or is also called as reaction center. And this particular thing is having pigment system 1 means it is having P700. Please remember, in pigment system 1, the chlorophyll A absorbs only red light. It will not absorb blue light. And what is the role of these things? These things is same whether they are present in this group or this group. They are the followers. So the most important thing is pigment system 1 is having the pigment, that is chlorophyll A, which is absorbing only the 700 nanometer light, that is wavelength. So that is red light. And another is present here. So this is the main part, that is the pigment system 2, which is having the trapping center, reaction center, and we are calling this one as chlorophyll A, and this is called as P680. So here also the light is absorbed and light is moving from this to this, this to this, that is called as inductive resonance. So, and this is called as PS2, pigment system 2. Pigment system 2 absorbs light, and here pigment system 1, the reaction center, it is having P680 because this absorbs light only with the wavelength 680 nanometer, that is blue light. So that is the major difference between the pigment system 1 and pigment system 2. So with this I will stop here because this is a little bit tougher, but in the next class I will be continuing the same topic, photosynthesis. But this is my video class presentation. I have given these notes in the WhatsApp groups and also in Google Classroom. So go through them clearly. And if you have any doubt after hearing this video class and also after going through the notes given in my notes, that is in WhatsApp group and Google Classroom, you are free to contact me anytime. So please call me and I will be very happy if you ask me the question so that I can clear the doubts. So my phone number already you know, but even then I am telling you once again, that is 9448821 802.